Found everywhere you can listen to podcasts. It's Caffeinated and Confused with Hannah.
That's a very confusing time for any young lady.
I'll turn you up because you have a much quieter voice.
One thing my husband, probably if he could change one thing about me, it would be my soft-spokenness, because it drives him crazy because he never can hear me.
Oh, I bet. So, but it's a good thing. Like, would he rather have you be loud and obnoxious?
I know. Well, and he's very loud. So we like balance each other out. Like, he's very talkative, loud.
And I feel like in your job, you want someone who's soft-spoken. Like, I wouldn't want someone screaming in my face. Yes. So that makes sense. Okay, welcome, Katy. I had a Katy on last week and a Katy this week, spelled differently, but I messed up on that on my Instagram yesterday. So Katy with a Y.
Yes, that's okay. My dad still to this day will send me emails and letters with my name spelled incorrectly. So it happens all the time.
Okay, if dad's doing it, then
yes,
I don't feel bad.
Yeah, no hurt feelings.
Okay, perfect. So if you follow on social media, if that's how you started listening to this podcast, then you've probably seen me post about Katy and Injector Boutique. You've probably seen a lot of people post about it because, I mean, you've done such an incredible job just building, your brand in this community and making girls feel beautiful. So I wanted to have you on because I feel like for such a long time it was taboo to talk about getting work done, and even is now, which is so silly because women should be able to do what they want. So I want to get into all of that. I want to talk about, build your brand and all of that stuff. But as I told you, we start every episode with our pit and peak of the week. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Let's have you go first.
Okay. My pit of the week is probably that it's frigid cold. I just can't.
Yes.
I know that we choose to live here, but when it gets so cold that it literally hurts your face, I just don't enjoy that.
My thing is like, how do you even tell the difference between like -5 and -25? How do you tell that difference? It is so cold.
I honestly didn't think
way.
of that because you can tell the difference between 50 and 75, but when it gets so cold, it just, no matter what, it just feels cold.
Yes. Yeah. So -25, -5, it sucks either way.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think about that, and I agree. My peak of the week is that it's book club week, which always makes me happy. And this week we've decided to go out to eat, and we're going to, and I never know how to pronounce it. Is it Nukes or Nooks?
I think it's Nooks.
Nooks.
I've never been. I've heard it's amazing.
You haven't?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it's
never
so
been,
good.
but I've heard it's really good.
Yes. So we're doing book club on the road this week, and we are going to Nukes. Nux? What did you say?
I think it's Nux.
Okay, Nux. I always say Nukes, so now, okay, Nux. We're going to Nux, and their pad ki mao, I think, is the thing that I always get. So if you go, you have to get that. It's really good.
I will remember that.
Yes. So excited. I guess another pit, though, is that the book we read was not. Are you a reader? I guess you don't really have time.
It's on my sort of in for 2024, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Well, don't read The Club is the book we just read. Wasn't a big fan, so I guess that's another.
If you have any other recommendations, though, send them my way.
Oh, I have so many. Okay, I'm going to send you a list. So yeah, I have a very, very easy pit and peak this week.
Okay, great. So I have my pit and my peak are one and the same.
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
And you probably know because I documented. So I don't love like documenting kind of my daily life on social media. It's too hard, honestly. But I decided to do a juice cleanse. So my peak would be that I was successful and I actually finished the juice cleanse. So it was a 2-day cleanse. I've never done one before, and I'm not a big juice drinker. I love snacking all day, every day. Crunchy food is like my weakness. So I was super nervous if I could actually do this. And I can't tell you how many times throughout those 2 days I was like, oh, let me just grab something. And I was like, oh no, I can't. But I successfully completed it. It was actually like a really good experience. I felt great for the most part. And yeah, I would do it again. So I'm just like proud of myself for like committing and doing it and following through. But my pit, and I know you obviously have female young mom listeners, is just like what my body kind of did throughout the cleanse.
Oh God.
So I don't have a great diet on a daily basis. I don't take in a lot of like nutritious foods. I'm just on the go. But anyways, I have a 4-month-old. I stopped breastfeeding like over a month ago. And 2 days on this juice cleanse, getting all these nutrients in my body, I started producing breast milk again.
Stop it. Seriously?
Yes, it was so bizarre. So bizarre. I mean, now that I'm not drinking the juice, it's not sustainable. I'm not continuing to produce, but like I legitimately had to like go home last night and pump, which I haven't done in a month.
I did not know that was even a thing.
I don't think it is a thing.
Oh my God. You're just at work and you're like,
yes.
Why am I leaking right now?
Yes, it was so just, again, who would have thought? Never even on my mind. And that's kind of what happened. So apparently, there must have been something in the juices, some sort of vitamin or mineral that was kind of pro breast milk that I drank for 2 days. And so my body all of a sudden decided to do something with it.
That is so crazy. The female body is insane.
Insane. And again, to like those moms out there who like, it's hard to stop breastfeeding. It's like an emotional sort of journey. But also if you pump a lot and you're a working mom and it's, you have this busy life, when you're done pumping, it's so nice.
Yeah, you have your body back.
You have this freedom. So I was terrified for a little bit, but we're okay. We're good.
Oh my gosh. I feel like a 2-day juice cleanse would be the max that the people who do a 5-day, how?
Don't know how they do it, because I was definitely struggling yesterday. It was hard to like continue to drink all this juice. I was just sort of over it by the end of the day and like ready to chew.
Yes.
So
and you had to take a bunch of like vitamins and stuff with it, right?
Yes, you had to take some supplements with it too, which again, like my body really tolerated everything well. It's just, I don't think I could do more than 2 days. 2 days was it.
Yeah, because like you said, also you get sick of just drinking juice, but it is a good thing. I'm proud of you. I was following your journey on.
Thank you.
And I like how you were saying, you're like, if you don't want to hear about it, then just skip past.
Yeah, you don't have to listen.
Yeah. I love everything about that. All right, maybe I'll try a juice cleanse one time. I think I've always thought about it, but I've always been, because I don't want to get hangry.
Yeah.
And then
don't do it on the weekend when you're at work and you're busy and you can't just like be at home and like have access to like the cupboards and everything. Was definitely helped me.
I feel like I'd have to do something after work. I'd be like, I need to stay out of the house until 9 o'clock, because if I go home and I'm sitting there, I'd be like, I could just have a little snack.
Yes. I also went to bed early because I was like, if I'm up like watching TV, like again, I want a snack. So I went to bed early both nights.
So wow, it really was just beneficial in so many ways. Yes. You got sleep.
Yes.
Okay, you've kind of sold me on the juice cleanse idea. All right, so let's jump in. I'm so excited to talk all about this because I just love everything that you do in making women just feel their best self. And I just think it's so silly that people shame women for wanting to go and do, stuff for themselves, because it's all about just feeling good. And I just love that you are giving someone a place to go to feel good about themselves.
Yeah. So unfortunately, a lot for the longest time, injectables have been, again, like this sort of taboo, hush, don't talk about it type treatment. But I think people are starting to be more open about it, just because like we're all aging, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all aging. So what we want to do is just age how we want to choose to age. If you want to age, with injectables, great. If you decide not to age with injectables, that's great too, So I think it's just that it's empowering that it's like your decision. And really, I always tell, the client sitting in my chair, my goal isn't to make you look like you're 25. Mm-hmm. My goal is to make you confident and feel empowered in the age that you are. So like, I want you to feel like, dang, I'm 40 years old. I feel good. I look good. And I love this. So it's not about, again, sort of altering how you look or making you sort of look like you're this, 20 years younger. It's just making you feel really good about yourself, confident. Also, the skin is the largest organ in our body. And so we're really taking care of your skin. We're improving the health of your skin. So this is sort of a newer branch of the medical world. So that's really kind of our goal.
I love that. And you're so right about skincare and all of that stuff. And I know that when you started Injector, which how was that 2.5 years ago already?
No,
was it longer than that?
It was less. So
oh my gosh.
I know. It will be 2 years in May that I officially opened my doors. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It's like how things have sort of taken off and just like the acceptance and the welcoming I've gotten in our community to allow me to grow is kind of mind blowing.
I cannot believe it hasn't even been 2 years. I'm sitting here going, wait, was it 3? That's crazy. That's very impressive. But that just goes to show that we needed somewhere to go to be able to feel comfortable in doing that.
Yeah, that's another sort of huge thing. You know, I have kind of transitioned my location a couple of times now. Every time I'm sort of have opened a space, the goal is, you know, to really make the space feel warm and welcoming, somewhere that you feel just very comfortable coming to. I didn't want like a sterile clinic type setting. And again, I'm working in an area of medicine that's beauty. And so I really wanted my space to reflect that, a beautiful space that, you know, is on brand and sort of meets our expectation.
For sure. And it's just, I mean, it kind of gives a spa feel, like you just walk in and you feel relaxed, especially because some people are scared of needles and there are needles involved with it. And it is, you know, there's a little bit of pain that's involved with some of it. So you want people to walk in and just not have that anxiety, especially in a sterile, all white room. I feel like it's just kind of scary.
Yeah, I completely agree. So, you know, and I would say, you know, after someone comes in, you know, they come in for that initial appointment, and if they're new to injectables, there is a lot of just nerves and anxiety around it. Sort of, you're not sure what to expect, but it's really cool to see my clients, you know, come back for their second treatment, their third treatment. And as they come back and walk through that door, they are more confident. And again, they're not nervous. They're not anxious. They sit in that chair and they're like ready to go.
Yes.
And I love how sometimes they're like, yep, I don't even need the numbing cream anymore. Like, let's just do this.
Oh my God, those people are way stronger than I am.
So strong. But, you know, it's like they see sort of what they get out of the treatments. You know, they see benefit they get from it, and they just grow more and more comfortable with me and with our space.
And I think something that you do really well, because I've gone to you and I'm coming back next week and I'm so excited to get my lips done again. But you do such a good job at explaining exactly what is going to happen, and you're not trying to oversell, you know, where I feel like some of those other places, they're just a money grab and they want to do as much as possible. You're like very honest. You're like, you know what? I think this is what you need. You don't want to do anything more than that. And I think that is just why people come back to you, because they know they can trust you and that you're not going to tell them to do something that they don't need.
Yeah. You know, I think, you know, for all of the years that I have worked in healthcare, whether it be in like corporate healthcare or in my business, I've always sort of taken this approach to, you know, my patients or my clients. Like, how would I feel if I was sitting in the chair? What would I want someone to explain to me or discuss with me? What would I want, you know, for my goals? And so I like to set people up with realistic expectations so that they can, you know, aesthetics, it's elective. And so ultimately it's the patient's decision what they want to do. But it's my job to make sure, you know, we're doing a safe treatment approach and the treatment that gives them the best results and most natural results. So I just, you know, kind of put myself in other people's shoes and just kind of think like, how would I want this done for myself? And I think it just helps me connect with clients really well too. I've had pretty much every treatment done. So I can also sort of explain to people based on experience
For sure.
of sort of what the treatment feels like, the downtime, and sort of the healed result, because I've done it all.
Yeah.
No shame there.
Have you ever done it on yourself?
So yes, I've done some treatments on myself. You know, like microneedling is definitely something that's pretty easy to do on yourself if you're trained.
Is that with the eyebrows?
No, so microneedling.
Oh, microblading.
Yeah, that's microblading.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. And even sometimes I say the wrong
I'm like,
term.
what?
But no, microneedling is more like a biostimulator, collagen stimulating type treatment to help sort of the quality of the skin. So that one I do on myself. Every now and then I'll do my Botox myself. I mean, that's also relatively easy. But any other treatments, you know, I'll sort of trade, an injector will inject me and I'll inject them, because filler it's just way too hard and complicated.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So no, I mean, you want someone else doing that on you.
Yeah. I would see myself, if I knew how to do Botox, I would just be at home in the bathroom mirror like, all right, time to shoot up those wrinkles. Yes. That would be a good benefit. And I know that you have added so many services in the last less than 2 years, which is crazy to think about. And because you started with basic thing that you started with were injectables and Botox.
Yeah.
But now you have added, you have 2 new employees now, which is amazing. You have all of this skincare. And so can you go into, just all of the services that you guys have to offer?
Yeah. So, again, with aesthetics and injectables, Botox fillers are probably the most common sort of treatment or injectable. But, as you get going, you realize, that as you add different services and different treatments for people, you get better results. So someone who just does Botox, they're not going to have as good of results as if they did Botox and microneedling or Botox and Sculptra. So you really, aging is a very dynamic process. It has to do with lifestyle, genetic, just so many different factors. So you really need to address it from different avenues. After you get going, you realize microneedling, hands down, one of my favorite treatments, because you just really get an overall transformation with the skin. So we do Botox, fillers, we do microneedling. We also do PRP injections. And so that's platelet-rich plasma. So it's a blood draw from the client. And then I have a centrifuge. That's a machine that basically warms and spins off the plasma and the platelets and separates it from your red blood cells. And we use the plasma to re-inject into the face.
Wow.
This is considered regenerative medicine. So the plasma and platelets are just mind-blowing. So we call it liquid gold for a reason. We also do Sculptra. Sculptra is another biostimulator. Sculptra stimulates collagen production. And so a huge part of aging is the loss of collagen. We start losing collagen at age 21, and we lose 1% more every year. So when we can get your body to stimulate more collagen, you basically reverse aging and halt aging, essentially, for someone's face. And so oftentimes, we get more natural results, longer lasting results with that. And then we need less filler over time to get to people's goals, which is really nice. We also do chemical peels. These are medium depth chemical peels that, again, harness really great results for hyperpigmentation, acne, aging. What else do we do?
It's so crazy. I'm where are you going to be a year from now? You guys are going to be adding even more.
We also we dabble a little bit in some IV hydration and vitamin shots. Right now I'm so busy from the injectable side, and I'm the only sort of injector there, that some of my IV stuff and vitamin stuff have kind of taken a seat in the back for a little bit. I still offer it, but it's something that I'm hoping to expand probably in 2024 a little bit more when I have some more time. And then, we added an esthetician this year.
Yes, so exciting.
So excited. So her name is Sarah. She is absolutely phenomenal. She came to us with the best experience. She's been in the industry for 12 years. The last 7 years, she's been the lead esthetician at Lodge Kohler here in Green Bay. So she's been there since they opened. And so she's so knowledgeable. And so she is doing facials. We brought in a new device, the Glow 2 facial, which honestly is the future of facials. So it has really cool technology with ultrasound and lymphatic massage drainage to detox your lymphatic system. So that's also really exciting. But she also does some beauty services too, with brow lamination, lash lifts, and she also does full body waxing. She's wonderful, and we're super excited to have her on. And obviously it just complements what I'm doing with injectables, because it's super important, again, to take care of that skin barrier to really get you the best results with your injectables.
For sure. And it's just so nice to be able to go to one spot for all of that. So if someone gets Botox, then in between now and their next Botox session, they can make an appointment to come and get the facial and get to do that. And they see familiar faces and they know what they're in for.
Yeah. So that is one thing from, again, day one when I founded Injector Boutique. I am all about team. Obviously I started this independently, but I never wanted to work by myself for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to build an amazing team for the community of De Pere and Green Bay to come to receive these services. And that is what I stress. Like, we are not a bunch of small businesses in one building, which is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we work together. You know, my clients are Sarah's clients. Sarah's clients are my clients. And we work together to help you get to your goals. So if you're seeing Sarah for a facial and you're seeing me for Botox, you know, then you have two people kind of looking at your skin, making sure that we're doing everything we need to do for you. And again, we're just making sure that we're taking care of your skin safely because we work as a team. We are like one brand and one sort of community working together.
Because it's your face. So I know some people have a lot of hesitation. Even before I got my lips done with you, gosh, that's crazy. That was like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, that's a nerve-wracking thing because it's not really something you can just take away. You know, you're like, oh, I'll give it a try. And so I feel like a lot of women want to do stuff like this and they want to take the leap. And it's just so nice to know that there's a place that they can go, that there's all these different services that can help them and talk them through it. And, or even, I guess, people who might just go to get a facial, then they're seeing all of the other stuff as well. And they're realizing it's really not that scary of a thing if you're going to the right place.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, Sarah really complements our company and she is, you know, a really like warm heart. And so I think, you know, kind of if someone comes to see her initially, just knowing that we're always on the same page together and always working together. So.
For sure. I'm pretty sure. So I got a facial at Lodge Kohler last year. And when you posted that picture of Sarah, I'm like, I think that's the girl who gave me my facial. And I just remember loving her because after the appointment, you know, she goes through and gives you advice on different things that you should use. And I love that she also gave me options of, you know, because everyone's not rolling in dough to be able to spend all of this money on so many different things. And I love that she gave me options of, you know, higher class stuff, but also stuff that, you know, would fit my budget. And she was just very knowledgeable. And I remember leaving there being like, huh. And I'm pretty sure it was her. I guess I'll never really know, but.
Well, it has happened a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's so many people, again, that have like reached out on social media that are current clients of mine. And they're like, oh my gosh, I know Sarah. I've seen her before for facials. Or just like you're explaining, someone will be in a service with Sarah and they like make this, you know, she's told me they make this kind of eye connection. Like, I think I know you. Yeah. I think I know you. And then they kind of connect Lodge Kohler. So I think it's, you know, I think it just speaks on her behalf, like how well liked she is in the community and that people like recognize her because she does an amazing job. So we're super excited to have her on board. And if you haven't scheduled with her, if you are looking for, you know, a quality, relaxing facial, but also gives you results for your skin, because we are all about results-driven treatments here, definitely think about booking with her.
And it's just, you know, just treat yourself.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about it. Yeah. I know that it's a nerve-wracking thing. I mean, facials, that's just an amazing experience and every woman should go and do that. Yeah. But even with all of the other stuff, you know, just at least take the leap because I know that you do, people don't have to make an appointment and come in and do it right away. You can do
like a consult. Yeah. You always can do a consult too. If you're not sure sort of what you want to do or sort of what you're needing, we do full consults where we can, you know, kind of walk through your skin and sort of what we feel like would be beneficial for you. We can put out a whole plan. You know, some of my clients, we come up with like a full year plan of sort of and plan out all of their treatments for the year so that they know what to expect. And then again, consistency is everything with skin. So if you're consistent with those treatments, that's how you're going to just love your results. So yeah, we always do consults if you're not sure sort of what you're looking for.
And you sell a lot. This is actually a funny story. I was at the gym 3 weeks ago and Laura, who goes to you now, my good friend Laura. Yeah. So her and I go to the gym every morning, and Alexia, who is a photographer in the area, she goes to our gym sometimes too. Yeah. And we were working out, and after the workout, we're like, what do you have on your lips? Because we've been working out for 50 minutes and your lips are still so glossy. Like, what do you have? She's like, oh my God, I got it from Katy at Injector Boutique. And I can't remember what the name of it is, but Laura went and bought it. She asked for it for Christmas. And now I'm like, I have to go get some of that too. But it's so funny how you notice stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll hook you up with some next week when you come in.
Love it.
But yeah, the Youthful Lip Replenisher. It is, we sell all like medical grade skincare at our boutique. And again, sort of a few ingredients of the right products can just like move mountains for people. So we never want people to be bogged down with huge skincare routines. We like to keep it simple. But that Youthful Lip Replenisher, I will tell you,
insane. It
is a favorite for everyone who tries it. It's packed full of antioxidants. It's super hydrating. It plumps the lips. It's anti-aging. So especially, we do a lot of lip filler at Injector Boutique. The women of Green Bay and De Pere and the Fox Valley love lip filler.
It's the best.
But this will protect your results. It will enhance your results. And obviously in the frigid cold, keep them well hydrated. But it's like you put it on. I put it on every night and every morning. And that's all I have to do. And my lips are always hydrated and glossy twice a day. It's amazing.
We were literally shook because we were like, in what world does something last? And it was a hard workout too. We were like, your lips look like you just put lip gloss on.
I'll make sure to advertise it, a sweat-proof exercise.
Yes, you need to.
But no, I personally have been getting my lips injected for probably like 9 years now. It is hands down the best product I have ever put on my lips. So I obviously am very invested in my lips and it is amazing. So
yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on some. And it's crazy that because I haven't been to get my lips done with you, I think in over a year, but it's crazy how lip filler can also just add so much moisture to your lips. Like once I felt that my filler had, fully dissolved, I have found my lips being so much more chapped than they were, which is crazy.
So the reason for that is that filler is hyaluronic acid. It's a synthetic form of that, but we have hyaluronic acid naturally in our body, which is why like filler is biodegradable and biorecognizable to the body. But hyaluronic acid, its job is to hydrate our skin. So when we inject hyaluronic acid into the lips, it like draws water into your lips. So it hydrates your lips. So it's super hydrating. So lips, they are fun, they're sassy, they're sexy, but they're also so important for the lower face, just for balancing. And again, kind of giving you that like youthful, hydrated lip can go a far way. So again, I always tell people like they're fun, they're sexy, but they're also like super important because they're a part of your face.
Yeah.
So we love lip filler at Injector Boutique.
I love how, because it is, it's a pinchy, but because it has lidocaine in the injector. So the first like 2 pinches hurt a little bit, but then after that, it's pretty numb. But I love when because I did a lip flip with you one time too. And I love how when you were doing the lip flip, you're like, all right, so this one's going to be a little spicy.
Yes. Yeah. The lip area is spicy. So little pinches, but yes, the filler has lidocaine in it. After a few pokes, your lip basically goes numb and it makes the treatment a lot more comfortable. I also put like topical lidocaine on before before we start injecting, which helps with the comfort. We don't usually numb for a lip flip just because they're super quick injections and they're like above the lip. So those ones are spicy.
Yeah, I just love how you use spicy because I was like, ooh, I'm kind of excited now just to experience it. What is this spiciness? And can you explain because I had never heard of a lip flip until I went to you. So can you explain, because it's a more like cost efficient if someone wants a change.
Yeah. So I always tell people like if you're not fully committed to getting lip filler, but you are sort of toying with the idea, a lip flip, which is done with like Botox or Dysport, so a neuromodulator, so it's not a filler, is a nice alternative just to kind of like dip your toes in the water of injectables. And the reason is it's less risky. It's a temporary treatment. It wears off completely in about 10 to 12 weeks. If you decide you don't like it, you really don't have the downtime, the bruising or the swelling like you do with fillers. So it's just kind of an easier thing to first step into. But what it does is the lip flip relaxes the muscle that's around our lips, and that muscle is like a sphincter. And so when we relax it with Botox, it has like the opposite effect. So it causes that upper lip to kind of roll up, having more pink show of your lip. And then when you smile, the lip, oftentimes it wants to roll under. And so the lip flip keeps your lip flipped out so that it's a little bit more poutier when you're smiling. So it's a really nice treatment. The downside or the side effect of a lip flip, I always warn people, is that we're relaxing that upper lip muscle. So it's going to be harder to like make a seal with your lips. So like drinking from a straw is more difficult. Or like I always tell people, like if I'm putting on my lip gloss and I have a lip flip active, I like cannot put it rub my lips together. Yeah, because I can't roll that lip under. So it's a little bit of a weird feeling to get used to. It's funny. I warn people about it all the time. And I can't tell you how many messages I get like a week after someone's lip flip. And they're like, what is going on with my upper lip? What is this? You get used to it. It usually, that feeling lasts for a couple of weeks and then some of that muscle memory comes back. But it's a really beneficial treatment. But it definitely has the side effects. And so I have so many people who are like, I was like drinking from a straw, like out to dinner. And all of a sudden it's just like, I started like drooling and like spilling it out of my mouth. And it's like, yep, it kicked in.
Yeah. I was with, because Laura got one before her wedding. Yes. And I think we were getting margaritas like a week later and drinking out of a straw. And she literally couldn't do it. She's like, oh, I'm pretty sure my lip flip just started working. I can't drink out of this straw right now.
Yeah. And side note for any brides who are listening, we did the lip flip, I think at least a month in advance.
It was before.
Just so like that initial kind of weird feeling was worn off for the wedding. So she wasn't overwhelmed. You never want to do any like injectables, especially a first time treatment of something like 2 weeks before your wedding. So we planned hers out well in advance.
She was so just because she had gone to you before, but she was, couldn't stop raving about the fact that you had literally just had a baby. And this just goes to show that you just care about your clients, because she was like, yeah, but she wanted to make sure that I could get in, over a month before the wedding to make sure everything sets in. She's like, she literally had her one like week-old baby just strapped to her chest, and I walked in and she had been closed and she did it for me. So, I just think it's incredible that you actually do care, like you want your clients to have the best experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it just kind of goes back to that, like if it was me, if I always like put myself in their shoes, like if I was, getting ready for my wedding, like I would want to go to someone who I've been to before, who I trust, who kind of knows me. And so it would just suck if you couldn't and you had to like find someone new. It's like brides have enough stress and things going on. So yeah, I was like more than happy to come in for her. Also, I think my son was 3 days old. Okay, 3 days.
I was gonna say, I know he was very like he was. She kept saying he was fresh.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
He was a fresh ass baby. Just and she opened for me to get all this stuff. So that's just, that's what you want. You want someone who's gonna do that for you, because that only benefits you in the end too, because who knows, maybe you'll need a platter of Scott subs one day when they're closed, and Laura will go in and she will make those subs for you.
Some subs. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna remember that.
Be like, hey Laura, remember that one time when my baby we had just left the hospital and went right to Injector Boutique? Oh my gosh, I love it. And I just want also to, speaking of kids, and you have a new baby, you just said he's 4 months old?
Yeah, 4 months.
And you have 2 little girls. And I know a lot of women feel, I'm not a mom, but I know a lot of my friends are. And it's overwhelming to feel like you have to kind of do it all. And I don't know if you want to touch on, you own a business, you just renovated a building, you had a baby, just advice for any women out there feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, kind of, again, I call myself like a solopreneur, and I'm new to all of this. So I am learning as I go. I'm learning from the mom perspective. I'm learning from the business owner perspective. But what I have found is I cannot be 100% in every part of my life. You know, some things have to give and take. So I kind of say there's like seasons of life. You know, when I was sort of started this renovation of this new building and this was a big move for us, you know, a much bigger space and sort of the idea of expansion. So during that time, I needed to put a little bit more of myself into the business. Maybe I had a little less like friend time, you know, I wasn't sort of spending as much time with my friends, and thankfully, like I have the best friends and they understand that I'm super busy. And then, you know, as I got to the end of my pregnancy, like obviously I needed to spend more time, like just kind of taking care of myself. And when I had Moses, being there for him and for myself for that bond, the business sort of was on the side for a little bit. So you just kind of learn to sort of wave through those different aspects, but to try to be 100% everything all the time, it's just impossible. You'll burn yourself out, and you also have to in there take care of yourself. So there's just like that give and take.
I feel like I've thought that before, but you put it in such perfect words, because then it's almost hard to not feel guilty then about letting something fall to the wayside, but that's not healthy, and everyone's human. So, you know, I wouldn't fault anyone else for needing to focus on something else. So why would I think other people would be mad at me for that? You know, it's all in our own head, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, and I, you know, as women and a parent, we obviously put so much pressure on ourselves all of the time. But yeah, I mean, like I said it when I was doing this cleanse, like I don't cook dinner every night. You know, I'm like, it's like 4:30, I'm picking up the kids and I'm calling my husband being like, we have no food in the house. What are we doing for dinner? And so, you know, we figure it out. No one's starving, you know, they also aren't getting a home cooked meal every night.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's okay.
Yeah. As long as they're happy and healthy and they're loved, I mean, the rest will get figured out.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So it's, you know, and again, I am still definitely learning as I go. Every day is not perfect, but I'm also really thankful I have a great support system behind me. And I think that's really important for obviously moms to have too, and business owners is, again, because you can't do it all the time, you need to like learn to lean on people too. And I used to try to do it all. And after having a third kid, I'm like, well, absolutely not. I can't do it all. It's just not possible. So I've really learned to like lean on other people a lot more and then kind of delegate things. Otherwise I would go crazy.
I've never even met your children, but I think it's your middle child, the little girl, she is so funny. Anytime you post videos and pictures on your Instagram, I'm just like, this little girl is my spirit animal.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So her name is Marlene and we call her Marley for short. Cute. And yeah, it, you know, it's one of those things where when you name a child, like all of a sudden you see them evolve into like, this was the name you were supposed to have.
Yeah.
So she is so funny.
So funny.
She is such a middle child. She's super independent, super stubborn, but the most amazing, like has so much charisma, and she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's so funny.
And she's she's a big girl, she's a stocky girl, and she knows it. Like she runs the house. I mean, she runs all of our lives. It's so fun. It's funny because none of my kids look like me. They're all blonde hair, blue-eyed kids, and they look just like my husband. But Marley is like, she looks exactly like my father-in-law.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Someone told me that once, and like now that's all I see. So she is Paul Bukovich.
Yes.
100%.
I just think, I mean, anytime like the pictures of her, even in the morning when, you know, like her hair is just a mess, I'm like, that is my girl right there. I feel you, Marlene.
Yes. Yeah. She doesn't let us, she pretty much lives in princess dresses, swimsuits, and unbrushed hair.
I mean, what a life to live, honestly. And that's nice. Do you ever, you know, have to I know obviously you brought Moses to work 3 days after he was born, so he's fully in the injector life, but do you ever, I mean, it must be nice to own your own business and have that flexibility.
Yeah, there definitely is some flexibility there. You know, obviously we run a very professional establishment, so I don't want my kids like running around terrorizing the place. Yeah. But for example, you know, with the crazy weather we've had these last 2 weeks, my oldest daughter's in kindergarten and she had school canceled 3 days in the last 2 weeks. And so 2 of those days she did have to come with me, you know, so I brought her stuff to keep her occupied. But yeah, she had to be there. And so I'm very, again, thankful that that was an option because, you know, my husband was busy with work and our like lifeline are my parents, and they are out of the country for the winter.
Oh gosh.
Lucky. So we have to manage things.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening, Katy and I went to high school together. Great day to be a Redbird.
Yes.
But I know, do you guys live, your business is in De Pere, but I know you were in Howard, Swamico area?
Yeah, we live in Howard.
Okay.
So we were in Milwaukee for like 9 years, or the surrounding Milwaukee area. And so we decided to move back when we had kids because, again, we just like needed help and our families are here. And we were ready to move back. But we loved Howard just because it was kind of a new area for my husband and I to move to. My husband's also from Green Bay. So we decided to stay away from De Pere. Now, looking back at it, I work in De Pere. My kids go to daycare in De Pere. My parents live in De Pere. My sister and my brother all live in De Pere. So we spend like all of our time in De Pere, but we live in Howard. We love it, but something again that happened over time that we weren't really thinking about, like maybe we should have considered living in De Pere.
There's always time.
Yes.
You need the kids to be Redbirds. I mean, the next generation.
I know. My niece and nephew are Phantoms. They go to West De Pere.
Oh, no.
And it's funny because they're like in sports now, and they want my parents to like get West De Pere stuff. And my parents
Heaven
are
forbid.
like, we cannot have black and orange in our house.
No way. I do. It's crazy. And we talk about this with my high school friends when we're back together about how, I think we don't really have any bad school systems really around the area, but I feel like a lot of people that came out of De Pere that we went to high school with have really gone on and just flourished. Like there are so many people who are doing so many cool things and are back in the community. And I just think that goes to show what a great place it is that people move away and they end up back here.
Yeah, I know. So we moved back again like 4 years ago. And so the last 4 years that we've been here, I keep, seeing people from school and that I haven't seen in, 10 plus years. And it's like they come back there. They gravitate back here. And I think, it goes to speak just about the community we have here, the amazing school systems. This is a great place to raise a family. And as De Pere and Green Bay are like growing, it's obviously a great place to establish yourself and have a business or work in a career because it's obviously a successful area. So absolutely love being back. We don't regret at all moving back to Green Bay.
It's a great place and a great place to have a business. And I'm so excited to see your new spot. So can you let everyone know where the new building is? I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So we are like right in the heart of downtown De Pere on the east side.
The best side.
The best side. So we are located at 108 North Michigan Street. So it's almost like right on the corner of Michigan Street and George Street. We're kind of like facing the backside of Cerrugi's, or like kitty corner from Peyton Pottery. So, kind of across the street from Notre Dame. So right in there around the corner from Caliente's.
Yes.
I know that's your spot.
Love Caliente.
Yeah. So it's a great location. We're like a standalone building. It used to be a house. It got converted to a commercial space. And so that's when we renovated it. So you can't miss it. Everyone says like they see it right away. It's a beautiful building.
It's so cute. Yes. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah. We love it there. Love it.
You can make a whole day. You can go get yourself some Cerrugi's chocolate, go do some, skincare, Botox, injectables, and then get margaritas after.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
kind of perfect. I love it. And then you guys, your social media is great and you post a lot of different, before and after pictures. You have a lot of great facts on there. So, and is that where people can go to book appointments and whatnot as well?
Yes. Instagram is definitely like our number one kind of marketing. And sort of we've been able to really like reach clients that way. I think people love it because we're easy to communicate and sort of you can see like what we're doing before and afters. And again, the social media, we've really created it to be, educational, some results, but also fun. There's links on there. We use like a Vagaro online booking system. So you can book 24/7, which is really nice. I can't tell you how many times I'll wake up in the morning and it's like, I have people booking Botox and lip filler at 3 a.m. And I'm like, what are you doing at 3 a.m.?
They can't sleep and they're like, I'm just going to do it.
I just need some filler. Yeah. But yeah, it's very convenient. So it's all linked on there. We use like a tree link. And it also will link you to like our website where you can get more information from our services as well. So it's pretty user friendly, but you can also call us if you want to talk to someone as well.
It's just at Injector Boutique.
Yep, absolutely. That's our Instagram handle.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
And I love, this is so funny that because you guys do a lot of different contests and stuff on there as well, you know, like and share. And I won. This is the only social media contest I've ever won in my life. And that was probably a year ago. And just recently I was at I think it was New Year's Eve. And I was talking to some friends and they were like, oh my God, yeah, my one friend was convinced it was rigged because you won it or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that makes me feel so sad because I was so excited. Like, no, I won.
I just genuinely won.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we like to do giveaways. It's fun. It's fun for clients. It's fun for us to do and just, again, kind of reach more people, connect with more people, and then be able to like give someone an amazing treatment. But we always use like a random giveaway selector.
And you post, I mean, you literally posted the video of it landing on my name. And when I woke up that morning and saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never won. It was so exciting.
Yes. Yeah. I know. It's always kind of fun when someone I know or like a client wins. But yeah, it is always completely random. We have nothing to do with who wins.
I have to deal with that all the time. We had a contest. I think it was Morgan Wallen tickets. It was one of our bigger things. And I remember reaching out to you. I was like, what is that random generator you use?
Yep.
So we used that for these tickets. Turns out the person who won had worked here 8 years ago as an intern. So then we were getting messages going, oh, so you're just picking employees. And I was like, I don't even know who this person is. They were an intern 8 years ago. Yes, so it's just people just want to, you know.
I know you're always going to have, unfortunately, people who get sour about stuff like that. But that's just the internet. Yeah, I mean, I don't care who wins it. It's like, this is just for fun.
Yeah, so. For sure. So yeah, go follow Injector Boutique, make your appointments. I'll be there next week, so I'll be posting all about it because I'm so excited to get my lips plumped again.
Yes, we're very excited to have you.
Can't wait. All right. Well, hey, thank you. That went really fast. Look at us go.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming. And we'll have Allie, who I know that you are friends with. She's going to be on next week. And I am super excited. I've never met her, but a lot of my friends go to her for photography, family wedding. And everyone I've talked to has said that they want to be her best friend. Yes. So I'm super excited to have her on.
She's a very talented young woman. She's phenomenal at what she does, but also like very personable. So I'm excited to listen.
I can't wait. All right. Well, hey, thank you, Katy. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye.